Hello and welcome to It's Your Business with Mario Toneguzzi on Megapix Media. Joining me today is Murray Sigler, who is interim CEO of the Calgary Chamber. Thanks for joining us today, Murray.
Thank you so much for your interest.
Okay, so this is the kickoff for Small Business Week. Let's start this conversation, Murray, by just talking a little bit about the importance of small business in the community these days and why small businesses are important to the overall economy.
Well, small business is the engine of growth for our economy, generally in Canada, but especially here in Calgary. I believe we've got the largest concentration of small business per capita of any major metropolitan city in Canada. I think and it's most of the new jobs being generated in this economy are being generated by small business. So it's absolutely a driver for our local economy here in Calgary. And it's certainly a big responsibility we take seriously at the Calgary Chamber of helping serve and as well as recognize the needs of our small business community.
Well, Murray, you're obviously on the street there and so to speak, and talk to a lot of small businesses out there. There's no secret, obviously, that things are tough right now. What are the kind of the stories that you're hearing and how bad it is right now for small businesses out there?
Well, there's a overlying fear and fear of the unknown, if you like, the uncertainty of what lies ahead. This all started before the pandemic, just because of the serious recession we're facing in Calgary and all of us as individuals are facing. For sure, it's been an uncertain time. The small business community and the entrepreneurs that form that community have been outstanding in demonstrating their resilience in terms of their commitment to community, their resilience, they're following all the rules, complying with all the public health orders. And because of that, they've weathered through the storm so far. But as things have started to pick up, there's also a concern that an outbreak at this point in time would just set things back, which would be quite devastating for most of the local business community. So for that reason, we always start with saying, this community, the business community, and all of us are totally committed to the necessary public health measures. It's necessary for public health, but it's also necessary for our employees and for our businesses and for the overall community. So given that, Calgary's a very resilient community. The business community is quite entrepreneurial. It always has been. It's always been resilient, and as has our chamber for that matter. And because of that, we know we're going to get through. It's going to be really difficult times, but we'll get through it. But we're trying to do all we can to get on the right path at this point. The other thing we recognize is that there's no fast switch. There's no magic on-off switch to restart our economy. So it's got to be built a step at a time. So there's two elements to those concerns. One are immediate assistance that's required, whether it's on rent relief programs, tax relief programs, fiscal responsibility programs that will allow us to get through. And they can't just be day by day or week by week or even month by month. We have to know before the end of October that we're going to have some help for our rents in November. So we've been stressing the need for sustainable programs just to get through the next few days, the next few weeks, and the next few months. But at the same time, we have to find ways to more sustained approaches for tax reform, for physical restraint, for addressing what's important matters that are there for all of us. So it's a twofold approach, and the fears, I think, that are reflected, or the concerns or the uncertainties reflected, are on both fronts. One, what's going to happen to us in the very near future, and then what's that going to lead to next month or next year or 3 years from now? So we're trying to balance all that. And that's the context that our Small Business Week and Small Business Week celebrations find themselves right now.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about the Small Business Week? First, and the importance of having it always, for many years, but also the importance of specifically this year with all its unique circumstances.
Well, everything, of course, we all know has changed so much this year. And this is, I think, approaching the 10th year for the Calgary Chamber of Commerce's Small Business Week. And we've had to go with a hybrid online events this year. So what amazes me is that, which is a real tribute to our sponsors and to our members, to the people involved with it, is that I think it's probably one of the strongest, if not the strongest program ever for our Small Business Week. Like, it's just incredible to me what it's evidence of what the community working together can do. So our program, which started today, which is the Monday, which we're speaking on, that it goes through Thursday, and there's a series of workshops, networking events, speaking events, and culminates on Thursday with a summit, which has some real powerful resources going through it. So, like, I just think it's incredible just how well we've demonstrated that through it, which it's a credit for sure to the chamber, but it's a credit to everybody that's part of this chamber, and it's a credit to small business that it's such a powerful program. And I really think our membership will relate to it and find it helpful for them in dealing with some of the things that are on their mind at this point in time.
Okay, and all the info on what's happening this week on the Chamber's website, correct?
Yeah, on www.calgarychamber.com, and it's got all the information on the events, and tickets are available on there as well. So I'd ask everyone to urge them to take a look at it, and hopefully they'll find time to participate in the events, whatever of most interest to them. So we started this morning. I attended one workshop we had with the city, which showed how the city's supporting business or trying to in this environment. And that was a really informative and helpful session. And so I just urge everybody to go to calgarychamber.com to get more information.
Okay, super. And last question, Murray, obviously you're a longtime business person here in Calgary. You've seen the ups and downs, obviously, that the oil patch has gone through over the last 4 decades, basically. What's your piece of advice for entrepreneurs out there who are struggling, who may be thinking of just giving it up these days?
Well, I'd say bear with it. Times will get better, but be realistic as well, and take time to network, to learn from others, because I think it's quite a supportive business community. I've been involved with business in Calgary all my life, pretty much, and I'd say that when times get tough, this community does rally together. So don't be afraid to network, to ask your contacts within the business community for ideas and support, because we're all in this together, and it's a very collaborative, helpful community. And when times get tough, I think our community pulls together the very best. And this is as tough as it's ever gotten in my lifetime for business. So I'd say this is a time to pull together, to help each other out. And hopefully the Chamber can be part of that help.
Okay, super. Thanks for joining us today, Murray.
Thank you very much, Mario.
Okay, bye. That was Murray Sigler, interim CEO of the Calgary Chamber. This has been It's Your Business with Mario Toneguzzi on Megapix Media. Thanks for joining us today.